sweet and wet. When you're slim and you're weak, you got the teeth of the Hydra upon you. You're dirty, sweet, and you're my girl. Get it on, bang a gong, get it on.
What's going on, guys? We are on our way to go fish the Michigan College Bass Circuit's Classic. It's a 2-day tournament on Cadillac and Mitchell. I think it's like 2 hours away. I'm just gonna drive up there with Nick because we're fishing it together. I don't know nothing about the lake, you know, so it's like, it's one of those deals. We're gonna be able to fish out there today and all day tomorrow. So at least we'll get some practice in this. More practice than we've had for the other 2 tournaments, so we can try to see most of the lake. I got all my stuff in here. I'm not sleeping in my truck this time. I actually got a hotel, which is really nice. We qualified by fishing 2 of the tournaments. There's no special like top 50, anything like that, you know. It's just you fish 2 tournaments, you're in. That's how a lot of the classics are for local stuff like this. If it's a largemouth tournament, I'm excited to do that. If it's a smallmouth tournament, it's a little bit more of a grind for me in those smallmouth tournaments. Sometimes I can catch them real good, and then sometimes it's like I'm grinding all day for 3 bites, you know. Well, guys, right now we're at a gas station. Nick is filling up the boat right now and then the truck, but I'm gonna run in and grab some food. We're about to hit the road here, so didn't do much filming of putting everything in the truck because it was kind of boring, but we're about to get up there and then get our tackle ready. We're not going to fish today. That was the final verdict, but we're going to fish all day tomorrow. So I'll talk to you guys in a minute. We're about to get on the road, so yeah. Well, this is where we're staying, guys. This is where, well, this is the crib. Give you the corner shot. I'm just going to get all my tackle ready and set up my laptop and stuff, but other than that, yeah, we made it here. We only had it for 2 nights, and it was 3, so I guess we're sleeping on the ground Saturday night, so that really sucks, but I guess that's how it goes sometimes. I'm gonna get rigged up. Well, guys, I got all my stuff rigged up. We went out to eat, actually, with a couple of other Adrian guys. Well, that's the wrap on today's travel vlog. I'll see you guys in the morning for a first day of practice. We only have 1 day, so it's kind of a dumb thing to say, but yeah, see you guys in the morning. Well, we just beached it here, day 1, or I guess the only day of practice. It's about 9:41. It rained on us pretty much all morning. We've only seen 1 fish, and you caught him. So, and that was up shallow. I tried cranking out deep for a little bit. I saw one boat net something out deep. So, I mean, I think we might start expanding a little bit more deep. But right now, we're probably just gonna run some more shallow stuff. We still got all day. But everybody's looking at me right now because I'm just talking in a boat by myself. I haven't been able to get much footage because we aren't catching them that good, but it's just getting ready for the tournament. Well, doing a little recap on practice. I didn't really run the camera that much just because we were moving and fishing fast and stuff like that, and I didn't really want to have to deal with it. I should have filmed, but I just made the decision to focus on just trying to catch them instead of fishing, which worked out because we got a pretty good game plan going into tomorrow. Right now I'm just kind of organizing some stuff. Good news, we do have a room for tomorrow night, so that's the game plan right now. So I'm going to get everything rigged up, pack up everything, finish editing today's stuff, and we'll get into it tomorrow morning, launching the boat and heading over to the ramp and registration and all that good stuff. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Well, Well, guys, we made it home. That tournament was probably the most, it was an emotional roller coaster, let me tell you that. I'll give you guys the breakdown. Day one, we pulled into our first area, which we had a few bites in practice, but we were shaking them off, or at least I was trying to. I'm not that good at that kind of thing. I don't really fish to shake them off. But, so we shook a bunch of fish off in practice in this area, and we pulled in there. We caught one, and he wasn't really that big. And we pulled in there, and we started catching big ones. We had three, well over three, maybe touching four, three fish like that, and then another 3-pounder in the live well, and like a 2.5. So we had a really, really good bag going. At like 10 o'clock, we were culling before they finished blasting off the rest of the boats. Like the first few flips in there, we were getting bites. Sadly, by the end of the day at around 2 o'clock, our big side, where the pump is, it's the right side of the live well if you're looking at it, looking at the outboard. Those fish all died, and they actually rolled over. We put G-Juice in there. They weren't gut hooked or nothing. They were all healthy looking fish, but something went wrong. The live wells weren't really hot. I mean, we used ice day 2, but I don't know what happened, but we lost those fish. Those fish died, and that's the worst case scenario that could have happened to us that day. We were pumped at like 11 o'clock. We were like, all right, we got it. I mean, the tournament, we would have it's really the worst thing that ever could have happened to us in that situation happened to us with our fish dying. So our check-in time was 3 o'clock because we were flight 1. Flight 2 came in at 3:15. So our fish died, and we had a huge bag, and in MCBC rules, it says it right on the website that we had to go look at, said 1 dead fish allowed. So our 3 big ones just died. So we're sitting there with only 3 fish now. Okay, 2 alive ones and 1 dead one, and a dead one's a half-pound penalty. So we went from having a huge limit to only having 3 fish. Now you can understand that is a crazy feeling. All right, you go from okay, we might win the tournament to we're not even going to bring back 5 bass, which we ended up not. We brought back 4 and 1 dead one for 11 pounds. With a half-pound penalty, 11 pounds is pretty good. It was 12 pounds, then I got knocked down to 11 after the penalty, and we were feeling pretty bad. Like we were about to like start scrap. You know what I mean? We thought that we had a winning pattern, and we thought we were gonna destroy the tournament, but our fish died, and there's nothing you can do about that. And MCBC rules only allows 1 dead fish, which that really just stabs you in the heart. I could barely even like focus after that because I knew we worked so hard to catch those fish. You know what I mean? The way we were fishing, it took a lot of hard work to get the fish to bite. We were fishing an area that is so hard to get a bait into, most of the field was not even thinking about doing it. But we stumbled upon it on that first day. So we finished the first day with 11 and some change, high 11. And then we go into day 2, and we're just like, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, stuff like that, motivational stuff. We were mad, and I think the madness is what kind of got us pumped. That's how I like to play a lot of sports too. Is when you get mad, you play mean. You know what I mean? So I mean, we were talking that before. It's like first hook set. I mean, he's coming flying over the boat. So let me talk about the baits right now before I explain how the end of day 2 went. 2-day tournament. We were fishing docks, and it was on Cadillac and Mitchell, the MCBC Classic 2-day derby. Now, I was throwing the craziest thing that I would ever think to fish docks with. I never fished docks with braid, alright? So here's just a 3/8 ounce jig, or a ½ ounce, they all work the same. I was using a dark color because the water was extremely stained. The lake we were fishing was called Cadillac. They had a crazy algae bloom, and a lot of people were kind of scared of that, but I think it kind of helped our dock bite because we were fishing pontoon boat hoist to catch our big fish. Now, I don't mean just pitching, an inch or two inside the pontoon. I mean skipping your bait all the way through there, and there's just poles everywhere. I mean, you're just dragging it through there, and when one eats it, you got to be quick to get them out. We actually lost a really big one, like a giant, because Nick skipped in there, bounced over one of the bars, so the line was weighing the pontoon boat over one of the hoist bars, and he set the hook, and I saw this fish. It was a giant, and it shook off. But at that point in the day, it was on day one when we had that big bag, so we were just like, holy crap, dude. And we kind of stopped beating on those fish. We actually went over to Lake Mitchell and started flipping grass, and then our fish died, so we had to run and fish all of our stuff that we fished that one day, which we were trying to save and let reload. But I was fishing that on 65-pound braid. This is a Shimano Corrado. I started off with 14-pound InvizX, but my line was getting, frayed. I was kind of worried about flipping all the way in there that I'd miss them. But I felt like Greg Hackney when I got a bite. You know what I mean? Like, you just reel down and hit them. The braid screaming and stuff like that. It's a really fun bite. But we were fishing docks in Lake Cadillac where the water was extremely dirty. They weren't seeing the braid. They weren't line shy. But when one ate you through like 8 different metal poles and you got to get them out over the hoist, the braid really saved the day. I'm definitely going to start skipping docks with braid all the time. Even in gin clear water, I was put a leader on there. The braid is so helpful. If you have fluorocarbon, you think twice about pitching into a hoist. And I caught a decent one today on a jet ski hoist where there was about this much clearance to get under the hoist, or you can go over the bar. I skipped it under the bar, 3-pounder. If I would have pitched it over the bar, I don't think I would have got him out. This is pretty much a flipping stick, you know what I mean? It's not the best for skipping, but you can get a bait back there, and you need to be able to get that fish out. Our secondary pattern, our double pattern, whatever you want to call it, was cranking rocks. This is something that I love to do. I really got to thank Kyle Ratliff because he fixed my KVD tour so I could really do this efficiently. But I was on a little square bill. Nader Everest knows a lot about that color. I actually got one hanging on my wall right there. But you can kind of see in the bill that I was just digging. These rocks were sharp. They were jagged. On day one, I made like a bomb cast, and we started to pull away from them with this thing. Hit 2 rocks. Rod bent over, 3.5, almost a 4-pounder. That was our secondary pattern. And what happened was we were on the fish to win. We would have won this tournament if we would have been able to weigh in all of our fish on day one that we caught before they died. Or even if the dead fish penalty was not, you can only weigh in 1. If we could weigh all 3 of those dead fish, we would still have won. But on day 2, we came in with 13 pounds. And we were just running and gunning to all these spots. We weren't fishing new water. We didn't decide to go over to Mitchell, to learn, try to fish over there. We just ran our good dock stretches, and our rocks, the rocks that we know we could get bites on. And we got 13 pounds, which is kind of what I expected, a little better than I was expecting. Started off a little slow for us, but those docks kept reloading. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I had a lot of fun, but we did come up short. We got inside the top 10 somewhere out of 50-something boats, but we had the chance to win. We were on the pattern. The winning fish we were on. Things just didn't go our way. It wasn't meant to be. We did go out and fish that second day after being absolutely heartbroken, which is, that takes, I'm pretty proud to say that we did that. But thank you guys for watching this. I didn't get that much filming on the water just because, things were intense. We were catching them good, especially that first day. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.